Okay. There we go. Okay. So how we doing?
All right.
So my question is, do you see me or do you see hands?
I see Jackie Tice. The print.
Okay.
That's all I see.
Okay. I've got two cameras going. Whoops. There we go. So how y'all been?
Tired of the pandemic.
Huh?
Tired of the pandemic.
Tired of the
Exactly.
pandemic. Yeah, that's definite, isn't it? Yep.
Yep. Ready
So welcome
ready?
to the watercolor class. This is the
Woohoo!
watercolor pencil class.
All right.
So I am recording this. So if you don't make the class, it's okay. We will I'll be able to make sure that this will be available for you, because sometimes, you know, you get busy, you can't make it. It's okay. You'll still have the class. Okay.
Sounds
All right.
good.
So I'm hoping everybody managed to get a pad of watercolor paper and some pencils. So
Yep.
let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and dive right in here. You guys all ready to go? So let me
Yep.
go ahead and switch to the down view. Let me see if I can. There. Okay, can you see my hands?
All I see is your name.
Yeah.
No, just the name still.
Ah,
Yep.
You're gonna click video.
We see everybody else, but you.
okay. Ah, here we go.
Your hands.
Can you see my hands now? Okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Getting a little closer here. Arrgh.
All right.
Yay.
Yay.
Woo.
Okay. All righty, here we go. So we got our pad of paper here, and this is the watercolor paper that we've got. Now, a quick note, if you are out and you're like, oh my God, I need to record something, just a regular piece of paper, if that's all you've got, this will still work. It won't hold up as well, okay, when you're really doing something quick. But if you're out and you see something and you're like, I need to sketch this real quick with my pencils, this will still work. It's just, it's not going to make as nice of an image. So if you have to, this is still something that's good. But one of the things I wanted to do tonight is, I know I've got some people who have taken classes with me before, and I've got some people who haven't. So we're going to do something. We're going to play around with our pencils a little bit to get used to them. We're going to do some color mixing to kind of start getting our head around some colors. And hopefully we're going to have some fun with some stuff. So what I want to do, we're going to do a color mixing chart. Okay, so I've got just a regular ruler here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to make 8 spaces.
Okay. Pull this over here.
Okay, so my piece of paper is 9 inches wide. Okay, so my piece of paper is 9 inches wide. And I am going to mark off 8 inches. So that way I've got squares that are 8 inches. Okay, so does that make sense? So I'm going to make a square that's 8 by 8. So I've got a whole bunch of little squares. Okay.
So Jackie, on the supply list, you asked us to get a pad of paper that's huge.
Did I? Okay.
Do we not need this big of a pad?
You can, and that's fine because at times you may want to do something that's very large.
Okay.
Now, for this assignment, I mean, I've got a little pad just for the demonstrations here. Now, for this, you can do this little thing on just 1/2 of it, and then do like other things on the other half of it. So you don't have to do, just one thing on one large piece of paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, because
Okay.
this pad of paper was like $40.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
What
it
are
was
we doing?
not cheap.
I
Hello?
just used the paper I had from last year.
There you go.
Order from Dick Blick.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Jackie, what are we doing?
Okay, so I have just made a single line that's 8 inches long on one side of my paper.
Okay,
So I'm going to make a square that's basically 8 inches by 8 inches on my piece of paper.
You want us to make columns while we're at it now?
Yep.
Okay, I'm doing
All
it.
right.
So we're making inch wide columns,
Yeah,
horizontal or vertical?
both.
Oh, we're making blocks.
We're making squares, yes.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay, so when you get done, we should have little 1-inch squares across your paper.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just using the big page because I think this would be good for like swatches of other things too. It's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Just a test piece.
Yeah, and this is always a nice reference to go back to.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I've also done is right next to me, I've laid out my pencils here. Okay, so I've laid out my pencils and I've laid them out in the order that I want to use them. This helps keep them kind of straight in my mind as I'm going to use them. Okay,
Got it.
so go ahead and grab yourself 8 pencils. Go ahead and lay them out in whatever color and whatever order you want to use them.
What colors should we get?
Whatever colors, if you've got a multiple set, go ahead and just grab 8 colors. I've got a red, an orange, a yellow, a green, a blue, a violet, a brown, and a black.
Okay.
But you can use any colors you guys want. I tell you something, I am a portrait artist and I am just loving looking at everyone's face right now.
I bet.
I'm having a hard time finding my because I found this on sale. It's like this massive 72 piece set.
Oh, that's a great piece.
Yeah. Yeah, it's taking a while though. There's like so many different
So many
shades.
colors, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so since I've picked out my colors, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the name of the colors on the top of each block in the order that I've got them laid out. Okay, so I'm going to put red, orange, yellow, green, okay, and on the way across up here, so I can keep track of what I'm doing. Now, I'm going to write lightly, don't want to write too hard. So I've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, brown, and black. Did you get to see all that?
It's little blurry, but yeah, I heard it.
I have it.
heard it, yeah.
Yeah, different order, but I have it.
It's okay, as long as you can put them in whatever order you want, just as long as you have the same.
Hmm.
We're just writing it across the top, not on the side.
Yeah, well, going to do it across the top and then we're going to do it down the side, but we
Okay.
have to make sure that we keep the same ones down the side in the same order as the ones across the top.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got red, orange, yellow, green, then you need to do red, orange, yellow, green, Okay, we all caught up there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're going to go to our first block here. Now, something that helps me when I do these is if I think of these as this side as the additive. So I put a little plus on one side and I think of this side as the dominant. So I put a dom over here, okay? Okay, so this is the plus. This is what is added. Okay. This is the dominant side. Okay. So this is the color that has the most. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I have a question. Is this the same color? How did you organize it? Which way? What color is here in the first block? Top
Okay,
and bottom,
okay.
plus and dominant.
Okay.
Can't
So,
see it.
okay.
It's just a blur.
Okay. So it starts with red, orange, yellow, green, right? That's how
Right.
I started it. And
Yeah.
then it's red, orange, yellow, green.
Okay, that's the way I did it. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this block right here, this first block,
Yes.
that's going to be red and red. So this is nothing but red.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a pure red block. So we're going to go ahead and use our red pencil. Now, the thing with watercolor pencils, the difference between watercolor pencils and regular pencils is that watercolor pencils actually has a binder that melts in water. Okay. Other than, you know, the regular pencils, they have the binder that's kind of a waxy type stuff that actually repels water. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and start on one side. I want you to shade in nice and heavy on one side so it's nice and dark. And then I want you to feather it out. And I want the other side to be really, really light and barely, barely touch it. Doesn't matter which side you do, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Top fades to bottom, left to right, right to left. But the first one's going to be red, red and red.
But we pick our own color.
Yes.
So does it matter like how hard we press down or anything?
Yeah, how hard you press down is how much more of the pigment is going to come off as you're pushing.
Yeah.
Okay? So I want you to kind of get the feel for that. And then I want you to ease off on how much you're pushing down so that you get this gradient
Oh,
value
gradient.
going
Got it.
on. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking.
So we just continue with the gradients across the line.
Okay, so the next one is that I have is orange, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put on some orange here.
Same concept?
Same concept. Yep. Start heavy and go to light. But it's dominant red, so I'm going to put the red over the top of it. And again, because I want this to be an intense color over here, got to push down hard over here and then ease off as I go across the block.
So you're layering the red over the orange.
I'm layering the red over the orange.
So the first block is the dominant and you take that color.
Right, because it's a red and a red. So it's just a red.
and then work our way across with the next color,
Yep.
going back with the red,
Yep,
lengthy red on top.
Keep going.
yep.
So the only difference between these and watercolor is that binder, huh?
No, there's a couple other differences. Some of the things that
Okay.
you can do with just straight up watercolors, you can't really do too well with these. You know, some of the effects. But some of the other things you can do with watercolor, you know, that are very similar. Now, your yellow, if you're not used to using paints, your yellow is generally a weaker color
Mm-hmm.
than your other colors. So you have to put on more yellow.
Jackie,
Yes.
when we're putting the added color over the one, are we also doing that in a gradiated fashion?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Let's try that.
Oh, purple and yellow. How beautiful.
Purple and yellow have their places.
Let's try one of these.
So what are the big differences between the first layer that you put on and the second layer? Does it make a pretty big difference?
As far as,
Like after you add water and yeah, I'm not sure. I'm completely new to this medium.
it's okay. You'll start to see when we add water, some of the things that starts happening.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of makes a difference as to what the last color you actually put on, as
Okay.
to what it's going to start to look like. And then of course, they will blend when they turn liquid. So you will
Yeah.
start to get a color blending, not just an optical illusion, but you actually get the actual blending of the colors.
Mm. So it does make a bit of a difference which one you put on first in the layering then. Yeah.
Brown, red.
And then should we just continue on down the grid?
Go ahead and do if you finish this top row, go ahead and do the second row. And then pause for me.
Hmm.
If you let me know when you finish the second row.
But on the second row, I did the same color pattern as you did. On the
Okay.
second row, the very first block
Is
is going to be orange with red on top of it.
right. So
It's the
red,
second block, that's the second block that will just be orange.
right.
Okay.
My cat's actually leaving me alone.
Mine too, but I actually gave out so much catnip earlier today. I'm not sure I'm going to see one cat today.
Yeah, I'm surprised my cat hasn't jumped up on my keyboard or anything yet also. Nice that they're leaving us alone right now.
Mine's on the top of the cat tree.
Ah.
Hope he stays here.
Black, black. Oh,
And then we should just stop when we get done with the second row.
Yeah, once you get done with the second row, pause there for me and wait for me to catch up to you. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I've got a jar of water here with my brush. And I'm just dipping my brush in. Okay, I've got it loaded up with water. Okay, I've got an actual drop of water just about to come off. Just go ahead and I'm dropping it in on the dark side right now. Okay, and I'm just going to start swirling it around, and I'm only working on the dark side because I'm going to pull this actually over to the lighter part. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could actually have left this block actually completely without any color at all, and have just pulled the color all the way across by just using the water all by myself, all alone. Okay, so there's the first block done. Okay. and rinse the brush. Keep all the water into it again. Take it over, drop it in on the dark side. Start moving it around. Okay, leave a little gap, it's fine. You don't have to go all the way over. Okay. If you have to dip in and get more water, that's okay. See how much more vivid the colors are when you add your water to it?
Yeah. So it's that we're coloring the dark side first, and then we go and get more water and then do the light side. Was that how it was?
You don't have to get more water if you don't need to, but if you need to add more water, you can. If you've actually got enough water in your brush to continue all the way across, you don't have to.
Okay. So we're just starting with the dark and then slowly going over to the light. Okay.
Yeah.
I know with this regular watercolor paint, it's like really finicky if you go and retouch areas. How is
You'll-
it with the watercolor? Should we just like paint it and leave it alone, or should we go back and forth? Or
Yeah, you will get a bloom. You'll still get a bloom with these.
yeah,
But it's not quite as easy to get a bloom.
okay,
So yeah, just go ahead and work it and then leave it.
okay,
Sorry, I've not worked with watercolors before. What's a bloom?
A bloom is it looks like it looks like a flower bloom actually. What happens is the water will land on the color, and then a water will actually push the color out of it, so it looks like there's actually a balloon of color, or of a spot there.
Okay.
it can be really pretty if it's intentional,
Yeah,
but if it's
if
not
you
intentional, it's really annoying.
yeah.
This is the most relaxed I felt in a while.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, it's good to have like nice, relaxing indoor hobbies, especially during these times.
Then should we go to the next row?
Nope, nope.
No?
Now what I
Oh,
want
don't go
you
to
to,
the next row. Oops.
now what I want you to do is I want you to jump down to the third row and start coloring again.
Okay.
To give that time to dry.
Give that time to dry. That's right.
Okay. That makes
There is madness to my method.
sense.
Now this row is that I'm working with right here is the yellow row. And because the yellow is so much of a less intense color, I have to add the other colors in a much lighter than I normally would row.
I can't remember when we lay the other color over it, are we doing the same thing with the more intense and then graduating it, or is it?
Yeah, you're still doing the more intense on one side and then doing the graduation.
Okay.
When we get done with that row, should we go ahead and go to the fourth row?
Nope.
Okay.
You guys hear the wind?
Yeah.
Yes.
Something.
Nice to be inside tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to get really cold in the next couple of days.
Yeah. Glad I got my groceries.
Yeah. It started out raining here and then it started snowing.
Oh, is it snowing?
Yeah. It's been snowing here.
Where are you?
Gibson City.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're a little further north.
Yeah.
I'm in Muhammad. I don't think I've seen any snow yet. Last I checked, it was just sleeting.
Yeah, I don't think it's snowing in Champaign.
We got rain.
You got rain. Okay.
Mm. Yeah, it's weird. It's been such a rainy winter. Kind of missing the snow. If it's gonna be cold, I want it to at least be pretty.
Yeah, I know. We did have some snow, but
Yeah,
kind of being washed away.
yeah. It melts really quickly.
Sorry.
Okay. When you get your third row done, then go ahead and water your second row.
I already did mine. I jumped ahead before I knew.
Did you? I'll tell you, Steve
Yeah, I already
Gonzalez over
saw
there.
mine too.
But I can see why we weren't supposed to do it because mine looks a little blotchy.
Yep. If you do it this way, it gives the first row enough time to dry, so it won't bleed into the second row, and then you've got a buffer between your second row and your third row as you're working on your fourth row.
Good idea.
So this gives you, kind of starts you on the idea that you have to think out your images when you're drawing and you're watering. As to how you're going to organize things.
Oh, I was trying to do research on different colors and or pencil sets and which to buy. And I kept seeing this one set pop up a lot, but they weren't watercolor pencils. It was Derwent ink tints. They were ink pencils. I
Yeah,
think. Have you ever worked with those? That sounded really interesting.
I have. They are a much more intense
Okay.
color.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very, oh goodness. I know this is going to sound really strange, but it's almost like working with snot when you actually work with them. Because,
That sounds appetizing.
Wow.
because they come off and it's almost like there's such a layer of stuff coming off that it almost like creates a just a layer of paint smoothing around there.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting. Yeah, I was thinking about getting some of those, but they were a little pricey too.
They are a little pricey. You can sometimes find them if you're looking for sales.
Mhm.
Have you guys had any other classes on Zoom this year?
I know Parkland has. This is my first Parkland Zoom class.
Oh, okay. When I saw it, I was like, yay, this is what I did last year. That was so much fun. And it's on Zoom. Yay.
Yeah, I'm taking a writing class through Parkland on Zoom right now too. It's pretty fun. I'm really happy about the Zoom options. Really nice. Hopefully sometime soonish we'll be able to take classes in person again though.
Sometime soon.
That's what we said last year.
Yeah, it's just a way of life now.
Maybe there'll be more Zoom classes in the future in the winter time.
Yeah, I'm really glad.
I
that
was
this
gonna
is an
say,
option
I
now.
have to say, you know, when it's out there snowing and sleeting and I'm like, man, I really don't like the fact I don't have to drive.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. I'm doing 3 other Ollie
Yeah.
classes online right now too.
Oh
Mhm.
wow. What
Yeah.
classes are you doing online?
One's on Buddhism, one's on the Franco-Prussian War, and one is on classical and Baroque music.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what because all
Yeah.
the Osher lifelong learning classes are online this year.
Hmm.
We color the next line.
Yep.
Yay.
So is everybody still doing okay? Have I lost anybody?
I'm just slow. I'm just coloring my second line right now.
Okay, you just take your time. Take your time.
Very relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't,
Really
this
nice.
is not a rush. This is not, as you know, we're not, nobody's judging you for the speed in which you do this.
You don't get any prizes for overachieving.
No, no prizes for
No.
overachieving.
No
That's
gold
good.
stars.
So color one row and then go back up and water the one above it.
Right.
Got it.
And if you pace yourself like that, it gives you your paper enough time to dry
Mhm.
so that you won't get too much of a problem unless you stick your finger in it like I just did.
Jackie, my father-in-law took a portrait drawing class from you,
Oh.
but it was in person. I'm trying to remember.
I took one of those too, maybe a few years ago.
Mhm.
You did it recently. Did you have an in-person one?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
But
That was the last one we had in person.
yeah,
And it was after Mass.
yeah,
When was it? Was it?
yeah. We had one 3 months ago,
Like
4 months
October?
ago.
yeah, I
Yeah.
thought
Oh, wow.
I thought it
Yeah.
wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, we had one like 3 or 4 months ago.
He had never been on campus ever.
Wow.
He was very proud of himself for being that adventurous.
What other classes do you teach?
I almost anything drawing is kind of my niche.
Okay.
They have a painting teacher at Parkland who does all of the painting classes. So basically anything drawing.
Ah.
I am an oil painter by trade, I guess.
Okay.
I do commissions and I have work right now at the vault.
Oh, neat.
I've taken a couple of the painting classes, but I can't remember her name.
Paula McCarty?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard really nice things about her, but I've never actually taken a class with her, so I can't say one way or the other.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have said, you know, do you recommend her class? And I'm like, I can't say. I've never taken a class with her. I've met her in the hallway. She seems like a nice person. Take her class and let me know.
It was very pleasant.
Hmm.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
And that was painting, you said?
Yeah. You could use oils or acrylics.
Oh, wow.
Trying to remember like the name of it. I took a couple different ones.
So there are people using oils and acrylics in class, huh?
Yeah, which was interesting because you can't really
Yeah.
cart those oils home very easily. I don't know
Yeah.
how to
Yeah.
manage that.
She was teaching one on Zoom for the Champaign Park District too, but I
Oh.
didn't sign up for that soon enough, so I signed up for this one instead.
Well,
So,
this was a few years ago in person, so
oh yeah, okay.
Hmm.
back in the good old days.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, man. Seems like forever ago. It's so weird watching TV and seeing like scenes with parties and get-togethers. And I just immediately think like, that's so unsafe.
Where's your mask?
Yeah.
I know I went to drop my taxes off the other day and the lady wasn't wearing a mask and I was like,
I know.
Yeah, it's scary.
I didn't
Oh,
see
good
her.
Lord.
Up there.
I had to take my husband to the hardware store uptown, and there was people walking around without masks on, and you would have thought that there was a revolution going on the way he was going on.
Oh, geez.
I had to get him out of there quickly.
Ugh.
I mean, I understand, but oh, good Lord. My other half can overreact whenever, you know.
So when you're using these, do you ever not add water, just use them as colored pencils, or can you use them like with colored pencils? Or
Yes, there are times when I carry these eh, with me when I go on the road and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that if I'm out and I see something that I need to record, so it's kind of like my little sketch kit. So I may
Yeah.
not always have water with me, and that's
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah.
And the joy of these is the fact that they are pencils. So it's really good to combine both the fact that it's a drawing apparatus along with the fact that the colors can give you a gradation, and so it's a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Can you bring me a paper towel?
So I don't know why, but I had this class marked on my calendar as Wednesday this whole time. And last night I was sitting in Zoom like, she's really late. And then I finally looked at the calendar. I was like, oh, okay.
You're just real early.
Yeah.
Feel like my organization and like schedule keeping skills with COVID have just gone out the window too.
My motivation, I've been doing quite a bit of drawing through the early fall, but then I quit and I haven't done anything in a long time. So I thought I better sign up.
Sign up for a class. There's nothing more motivational than a deadline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just
And-
getting together with other people, not by
Yeah.
myself.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I do things so much better if I'm in a group.
Me too.
I just recently got a new job where I have to actually go into an office from 8 to 4, Monday through Friday. It was kind of a shock.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
It was really weird.
Oof.
Putting on like nicer clothes and
Yeah.
Actually have to
Wow.
like do your hair and
set the alarm clock and all of that.
oh,
Wow. I've gotten used to like wearing the same outfit for days and days.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's my whole hygiene has just changed so much.
Well, back in the old days, you would have done that.
Yeah.
They only had like 2 sets of clothes.
Yeah.
Well, I have
Running water.
invested in so many sweatpants outfits now that I'm, you know, it's
Ooh.
like my jeans are now going so far.
I bought a lot of t-shirts this year. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere, but Chico's had some sales. They were selling these really nice t-shirts for $5. So I got a bunch.
Ooh.
Wow.
That was
That's
neat.
nice.
Yeah.
So since we've got a Zoom class going on, I have the ability to do a whole bunch of demonstrations, and this is a 4-week class.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have anything that you have always been dying to see what my secret is, and I've never been able to show you in an actual physical class, like what's my secret to watercolor portraits, or what's my secret to I don't know, doing clouds, send me a note and I will specially design a lesson for everybody, and I will show you actually how I do it.
Cool.
Does that sound cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is your email, how do we get a hold of you then?
Yeah, it's just JackieTyStudios@gmail.com.
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah.
And this is my first class with you. Is there a website where I can see some of your art and stuff to get an idea?
It's JackieTyStudios.com.
All right, that's easy enough.
I like to keep everything all together like that.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about watercolor pencils so far?
They're really cool.
They're
Yeah.
kind of cool, aren't
Yeah, it's
they?
really nice.
Yeah, they give you a little more control than just straight up watercolors do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's interesting because even after you add the water, you still have like that watercolor grainy effect in the
Yeah,
background.
you still have the pencil grainy effect to them too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited. This is pretty fun so far.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie, how would you compare them to Prismacolor pencils?
Prismacolor is a brand name. So you can get Prismacolor. You can get Prismacolor watercolor, and you can get Prismacolor regular pencils.
So how would you compare them to the regular pencils then? The Prismacolor, I mean, I feel like they really combine well, color blending.
Well, your watercolor pencils, okay, so your regular pencils, colored pencils, actually have a waxy binder to them. So what happens is if you try to use them first, you won't be able to add the water to them.
Right.
Okay. But if you use these first and then put your regular Prismacolors on last as a finish, you can do it that way.
Ah, okay.
Okay. But you can't do it the other way. is like combining acrylic paint and oil color. You can put the acrylic on first and then put the oil paint on after, but you can't put the oil paint on
Yeah.
first and put the acrylic on after that.
Mhm.
Does that
Do you
make sense,
ever-
or did I lose you?
Well, I just feel like when I've worked with regular Prismacolor pencils, there is a blending that happens.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is. You know, when you're using regular colored pencils, when you're using a regular color pencil and blending, um,
Do you often use colored pencils on top, or do you usually just use the watercolor pencils?
I just tend to stick with the watercolor pencils.
Mm-hmm.
I've done quite a bit of work with Prismacolor color pencils. The problem is it's very hard to use to do big drawings with them. I mean, it's a lot of
Yeah.
work if you're trying to fill in a background.
Yeah, it's one of those, you know, where you have to kind of go into a Zen moment type of thing and just really just, you know, small circles. And if you're going to do a large thing, it's much better if you have an image that you have lots and lots of detail in, so that you can make sure that you've got, you know, lots of little things to be putting into it.
Yeah.
You know, don't have a great big huge blue sky that's, you know, that you're trying to fill in.
Yeah, because that's the problem with the pencils. You can take weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're doing something, but so I'm kind of trying to do more combinations with both, because then I can do more of the detail with some of
Mm.
To put it upside down. Yeah. That would stay better.
Yeah, I kind of like just really spending a lot of time on the overlapping and mixing a color in the detail. I can like spend
all the layers and the details.
a lot of time on it.
Yeah,
I
that's
love. Oh, I was just gonna say I love Prismacolors, but like I love the blending, but they break so easily. Like sometimes I get a box and I'm just like sharpening it forever, and the lead's broken all the way down.
I read something interesting that Prismacolors are only supposed to be, oh, there was somebody at the art group that told me to get like these little Stabilio pencil sharpeners, because
Oh,
you don't want to sharpen them. So if you sharpen them really long, like a regular pencil, they're going to break. Better
okay.
to do shorter little points on them, and then they won't break all the time.
Oh,
Oh, okay. What's the kind of sharpener you said?
He
Stabilio?
had me buy this little Stabilio.
Okay.
Some of the
Oh,
small, and you don't want to like do such a sharp point, because they will just keep
yeah.
breaking.
Yeah.
And the electric pencils are not going to work as well for the colored.
oh yeah, they don't. And something I was always told is that every time you drop your pencil, you
Mhm.
break a lead. You will break the
Yeah.
lead inside your pencil. Every time you drop it, you break your lead. I'm not sure that that's true or not. I've never actually like done a
It's
test.
gotta be.
I've dropped my pencil and done a, you
Yeah.
know, experiment, but that's something my teacher told me once.
Yeah. Very, very finicky.
Might have been the fact that she just hated the sound of pencils dropping.
That's a good way to keep it that way.
Is it snowing? Yeah, it's blowing. Shaking the window.
Get over there.
Is it only blowing
their
over there,
house?
Pam?
It picked that pretty up.
Yeah, Eugene's just getting back. The kids bought the house up the street and their trampoline just took off to the neighbor's garage on top of it.
Uh-oh.
He just had to go rescue a trampoline. And he says it's not snowing, but it is sure blowing.
Okay.
It'll be fun to keep the bus on the road in the morning.
Ooh, this blue row is looking really nice.
I don't know if I picked the best colors to mix, but that's okay.
It's okay. That's okay. Yep.
Speaking of sharpening, I think I'm going to have to run upstairs and sharpen these really quick.
Okay.
Jackie, I've been thinking about getting woodless colored pencils.
Okay.
Just because I like the color on the sides of them better anyway.
Yeah.
You can get watercolor woodless pencils on that one website.
Okay.
Basically, can't you do anything with the watercolors but more? You can do what you can do. You can use a watercolor pencil to just draw with, but it just is that much more, wouldn't it be?
Yeah. So if you're going to get the leadless or the woodless,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So it's all of it is basically pigment.
And I can draw. I don't have to use water.
No.
What keeps it from just breaking, the lead from just breaking?
Mine
Yeah.
break all the time anyway. I use the lead half the time. It's broken off. I won't get any more on my fingers than I normally do, would I, Jackie?
No.
I usually have it all over me.
And Yeah, I think give it a shot and give it and try them out. You know, just if you want to, just buy one or two and do a test run on them. See if you like them.
Ooh, what are we talking about? Sorry.
Pam found some woodless watercolor pencils.
Ooh.
So
yes,
they're nothing but pencil. There's no wood in it, so there's nothing but, you know, pigment.
That seems like it'd be really nice for lasting a while.
Mm-hmm.
They're expensive.
Hmm.
A set of 24 is basically $50.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to spend all your time sharpening pencils.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that they probably last longer. There's so much more pigment in them. It might be like double the amount of pigment at least, I would think. I just ordered these like sparkly metallic glittery watercolors the other day from, it's like Paul Rubin is the brand. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really excited for those to come. I saw a lot of examples of that, and they're just really sparkly. It seems like they would be fun. Do they have any equivalents in watercolor pencil? Do you know
Do they have any of the what ones?
of? Like any metallic or like sparkly watercolor pencil equivalents? 'Cause I got in like the regular
I haven't
Yeah.
seen any, but that doesn't mean they're not out there.
mhm.
Especially in areas like the you know, where you put the photos in the books.
Scrapbooking.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you.
scrapbooking. Ah,
Hmm.
Thank you, Pam.
I read mines.
obviously.
That's why I keep taking your classes.
Yeah, she's taken so many of my classes, she's been able to translate my ums and ahs into actual words. So
Wow. How many classes of hers have you taken?
well, let's see.
6 years? 7
uh,
years?
Wow.
No, it's longer than that now, Pam. This is my 9th year now at teaching at Parkland, and you started with me at the same
Okay.
time.
I'm a professional Jackie Tice student.
There you go.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. My
Nope.
brown row, they're all kind of looking the same.
Which rower you got?
Did I forget to go back and color? I might have. skipped that.
Might have.
Now
Ah,
the thing is that these are translucent. So if you did forget to put something on,
Yeah,
let it dry and you can actually color over the top of it.
okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know how I did that.
Maybe
How
you're just
well
so
does
relaxed.
that? There you go. How well does that work? Like, what are the effects if you've already wet it and then you color on top of it again and wet it again? Or, I don't know. I might just have to try it out. Yeah, I would think that it'd be a little. Is it blotchy then?
No,
Okay.
because what happens is once you put the color down, once you put the water down,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes relatively permanent.
Yeah. Okay.
So then you put the other drawing material over the top,
Mm-hmm.
and then you start moving that around. and it's not going to actually physically interact with the color underneath of it. So you need to make
Oh,
sure that
wow.
it will optically blend.
Okay, so it doesn't like lighten up or affect that base color.
No,
Wow,
no.
that's really different too. That's interesting.
The nice thing about being on Zoom, we don't have to wear masks.
Nope.
Yeah, can be in your pajamas, cozy at home. Yeah, it's been really nice. Like I do pretty much everything over the phone or over Zoom now, and I've gotten so used to it. I don't know if it'll be kind of hard, like when you actually have to drive places and do stuff again.
Yeah, people keep asking me, well, how is your life going to change? And I'm like, well, I'm still in my studio. I'm not sure that go away. Who are you? Who sent you?
I miss going to Cranor.
Yeah.
That used to
Yeah,
help me get through the winter.
yeah, Granite's really nice.
Jackie,
Yep.
are we supposed to, you said on the color with the water, like you put more water on the, what would be the left side
Yep.
and then pull it across, but are you supposed to hardly have any water by the time you get to the side? Or you're,
I would have less water over there, but that's a matter of you feeling it out. Does that
okay,
make sense? How much water you need in order to move that paint around.
okay,
You don't want so much water that it starts to bubble up and make your paper, wave on you.
okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Ooh. Ooh.
No, I wasn't really planning on it. No, I think I'm all right for right now. I've only got a half hour left, so I'll just come over.
Ooh. Last row.
Woo!
Whee! Hey. Uh-oh. Top row wasn't quite dry yet. Oh, wait a minute.
Remember, keep a row between you. Gotta
Yeah.
plan it out. Don't get
Yeah.
rushy there.
Oh, I see. You left like a little bit of space in between each one.
Yep,
That's
so
a
I
good
have,
idea. Yeah.
this one is wet, this one's dry.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I finish this row is dry, and then I can wet this one.
Yeah.
Yep. Can you believe we've been going for 2 hours now?
No, it's going fast.
I know.
Good, somebody else has chiming clocks other than us. There's 4 more to go yet. So.
Yeah, the other day I was on a work Zoom call and finally someone there texted me and it's like, mute yourself. We can hear everything you're doing. getting some lunch. I blew my nose. I warmed up my coffee. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Nothing was obscene. After a couple hours of that, you kind of fade out a little bit. Mhm.
Okay, now for those Speedy Gonzaleses. So what I want you to do is down here at the bottom, I want you to just make a block that goes all the way across. Then I want you to pick whatever color you want, and I want you to do a gradation all the way across, and then go ahead and color it and see how smooth of a gradation you can get. And then put your water on top.
Just from one color?
Just one color. Just try to
So
get
the
a
whole
smooth,
8 inches, just one long.
just one
Okay.
8-inch little swash right through there.
Got it. Hard. Ah, smooth. Smoother. I'm doing that annoying thing that I do where it's not smooth enough, so I keep going back in and trying to dab at it, fix it, dab at it, and fix it, and it never makes things better. Like, no, you should have just left it alone.
Left it alone.
Smooth enough.
How we doing?
You have more color variation than I seem to have.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
I didn't pick the same colors either, so I don't know. That was a mistake.
Some of mine looks kind of blotchy, but that's okay.
We're learning.
That's right.
I can see a lot of brush strokes on mine.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah,
You
mine
brush-
too.
Yeah, I guess that, yeah, I found too. What brush should you use? I guess it depends on the work you're doing, but any
Yeah, I'm
recommendations?
just using this little bitty brush right here.
Yeah, I think I had the wrong brush. I wasn't prepared. Like, so just a tiny thin one is better.
Yeah, I've just got this little bitty thin brush right here. But see, what I'm doing is I'm loading up on just a huge amount of water. It's actually dripping water on my paper. So I have to move it over to my
Oh.
block real quickly.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I don't think I used as much water.
Yeah,
I didn't either. And you
Mine's
know,
more like
again, on your
Yeah.
on your material, on your supply list, you mentioned 2 brushes, a 12 and a 6,
hmm
but then you said one was the size that you would use to paint your house trim, and one was the size you'd put your makeup on. But the 12 and the 6 I found don't really
don't do that. Yeah,
meet the description.
I've found that some companies have different 12s and some companies have different 6s. Those brushes that you have right there,
Me?
yeah,
Yeah,
those are fine.
yeah. Well, I thought they looked like they would be right, but when I showed them to my husband, who used to be a house painter, he's like, I would never paint house trim with that.
Yeah.
Little houses. We're gonna do little houses.
birdhouses.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Do they have on yours too? Do they have like angular, short round, or anything like that kind of mark? Is it anything define it a little more besides the number?
I
Round.
don't have anything like that on the list. Usually
just-
this is the one that I really love. Let me back this up a little bit so you
Okay.
can see it.
Is there a number for that or?
No, this is actually one of those old bamboo.
Oh, okay.
And I love this one for my watercolor and my pencils. These can be really hard to find. So I don't ever ask anyone to find one of these for the
Okay.
class. But if you ever spot one and it's not too expensive, this one is $3.72.
Okay.
But it's so old that I can't even see who it was sold by. But if you spot one of these, grab one.
Is it the shape you like, the thickness, or see,
It holds water so well, and when you dip it in the water, it makes this, it comes to a little point,
right?
and it is. And I know you can't really hardly see it, but I can do these with just as much accuracy as I can with this one.
That one, okay.
But it holds so much more water that I can do huge pieces of work.
I just looked up bamboo watercolor brushes, and Dick Blick popped up with 3 of them of 3 different sizes
Oh,
for $12.99.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay.
And they look just like that.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So I use the list and I have brushes that look like this. I feel like my big one is too big.
You're gonna be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a pretty
Pretty big one too. Yeah, you're gonna be fine.
I've
Does
got
it
a
matter that I got
mix of
flat
them,
instead of round?
No.
Okay.
As you start working what I've found is as an artist starts working and developing their own technique, you will find that you will start to have an affinity with certain brush styles.
Mhm.
It's like when I paint an eye, I want a specific brush shape. When I do the skin on the face, I want a different brush shape.
Okay.
So it's one of those where I start having an affinity to different brushes for different purposes.
Yeah. I noticed I was doing a flower petal. You can't see it, but it's similar shape to your bamboo, but it's thinner brush. And
Yeah,
I felt it could get the tip of the, like you said, you start with the dark and then you can drag it down. It allowed me to do that.
yeah.
But the other thing I ran into, I have another one. It's the angular type, which is also good for detail.
Mhm,
But I try to get the water out so it's not dripping all over. So
mhm.
the top was dry, but then as I went along, there was still wet, too heavy in the middle. So do you start with the tip and then drag it? Or, it's like, you think you got just the right amount of water and then maybe you have too much, but you don't notice it until you get to the more pressure in the middle of the brush. Any tips for that, I guess?
That's just constant working with your brushes so that you
Okay.
kind of start getting the feel for how your brush works.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just working with it.
Yeah. So it's practice, really.
Practice. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay. So what I did with mine is after it dried, then what I did is I actually went in with a pen and then I actually put, don't know if you can see it, but I went in and permanently put in the words at the top.
Yeah.
And then I actually outlined the squares. Now wait until this is dry. And I did this with ink too. So it's a nice permanent thing.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got a nice permanent reference now to how different colors react with differently.
Mm.
So what do you think? Did you guys get some colors you really weren't expecting?
Oh, definitely.
Found it interesting if you put the one color on top or the other color on top, even though you mix green and yellow or yellow and green, it
Yeah.
really changed.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a big difference depending on the order of layering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was surprised by the brightness of some of the colors and the moodiness of other on the other end.
Mm.
Yeah, you can get some really great atmospheric stuff going on with these watercolor pencils.
Mm.
Is there anything we should do for next week to be prepared?
Let me know if there's anything special that you would like to learn in the rest of the class. As far as any special technique you want to learn.
Are you gonna have something for us to draw next week, like a picture, or should we?
We
bring-
get homework.
That's what I'm trying to work out right now. I'm rolling that around in my head.
I have something, Jackie.
Oh,
I
yeah?
want to know how to use color on portraits.
Yeah,
Okay,
I do too. I'm interested in that too.
okay.
So I second that.
So would everyone, does everyone feel like they're up for a portrait tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week?
Sure.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that too.
So what do we do? Bring a photograph?
I would probably, I'm not sure if you would bring a photograph or if I would just forward one to you so that we could all be on the same page.
That's a good idea.
That would help.
Make it an interesting guy.
Yeah, that would help. Yeah.
Someone with lots of wrinkles, so Pam would be interested.
No, just character. Just character in the face.
Yeah, I do like that too. I gotta admit.
Eugene's saying John Wayne back in the other room.
I'll see if I can't find someone with some character for us to study.
That'd be fun.
So
Cool.
when we do that, will we sketch it in pencil first and then go back in with the color?
Yes, we will do a light sketch with pencil.
Okay,
So once I find it, I will email the image to you so that you will have plenty of time to do your sketch.
Good.
All right.
So doing your sketch will be your homework for the class.
Okay.
Okay.
Will you give hints as to colors, like, because I've never done a face with, water pencil colors or watercolor. Are we supposed to just wing it, or you're gonna give us some tips?
I will make sure that whatever portrait I pick out will work with whatever colors we have.
Okay.
Good. Good.
When you say to sketch it, Jackie, are you talking about sketching in the shadows and
No,
or
no.
just
No. I mean like
From scratch?
that's the eye, and then that's where the other eye is going to be, and then that's the nose. That's the extent of it. Nothing more than that.
Okay.
Okay.
You're
So
just
no shading or anything.
no shading, no nothing. You're just, remember how in all of my drawing classes, I'm telling you not to outline?
That's right.
yeah?
Now you're
You're
outlining.
outline.
Now you're outlining.
I was going to ask about
Oh.
that. Like, you just outlined.
I know. So yeah, so this is just so that you can make sure you know where the elements of the face sit for when you start putting on your colors.
Okay. So it's basically an outline, and then we fill in the shading with the colors.
There you go.
Okay, got it.
Okay, any other questions? You guys all excited about next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All righty. I still have some people with their mics off, but all righty. Let's see. Hey.
Sure.
Okay, we're at 8:26. If anybody's got any more questions, I'll hang around for a little bit. Don't forget to do your gradation on the bottom down here. Make a nice long 8-inch and do just pick out whatever color you want to do all along the bottom. Okay, so dark on one side. Yeah, okay. Somebody's already done it. Some people haven't.
And just the one color, right?
Just the one color. Yep.
Okay.
Jackie, about how big would we want that face to be, the portrait? Is it going to be on like a whole piece of paper?
I'm gonna say go ahead and do it on half the paper.
Okay.
That's kind of why I wanted you to get such a large piece so that we can do half, use half of the pages.
Okay.
So it's kind of a little more economical. At least I was thinking it was. I hadn't realized the paper had gotten that expensive. I may need to go and relook at that again.
Okay, sounds good.
All
Okay.
right.
Any other questions?
Been a lot of fun. It's good to see everyone. Good
It's
see some
nice to
faces.
see everybody
Definitely.
again. I missed you guys so much. This is the
Hopefully
first time.
we will be back in class soon.
Yeah.
Yep. Welcome to my cluttered studio.
It
Looks
like
amazing.
No, this is fun.
I don't think you can see mine. It's the same way behind me.
I spotted your
That
sewing
mine's
machine.
fabric. Yeah, I've got 12 or 15 of them, so.
People could show their squares if they want to before we leave. Anybody want
Yeah, let's see your squares. Hey,
Oh,
there
there
we
we go.
go.
They're a little dark, but
I wasn't happy with mine either.
I'm slow. I can only.
Oh, geez.
hey, this is fun. We didn't
Huge.
get an idea.
Fine, yeah.
There we go.
This is fun.
Oh, wow, yeah. These are coming out great.
A lot of fun. Very nice.
Okay. Well, if everybody's happy, I will see you guys next week. And I will also send you a link for this video. So you guys will have the video. Okay?
All right.
That's
Cool.
terrific.
See you guys
Cool.
next week.
Thanks,
Bye.
Jackie.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.